let's go ahead and go here. And let's go ahead and get this going. Okay, turn on some tunes. Great. Shortly, I think. Is the song playing? Just quiet, I guess, at the beginning. Nice. And let's go here. Writing. Yo, what up, Tapas? And we'll start YouTube. What up, HV? Hello, YouTube. Implementing Lua in OCaml. Pog. I'm doing great, HV. What about you? Prime Steam just crashed. Oh, did it actually? I wasn't. I was there earlier, but I didn't. Did it actually just crash? That's too funny, dude. All right, there we go. We did all our announcements. You can't see now? That's funny. Use tree sitter almost every day. I did not make tree sitter. I can't tell if you're joking or if you mean telescope or if you're just memeing on me. I don't know which one, but I did not make tree sitter. I've helped with some tree sitter stuff in NeoVim, but I did not make tree sitter. What up, Guarav? I mean telescope. Okay, nice. Yes. I did make it.
We're mostly going to beat each other senseless, make enemies with Disney, tell a few dick jokes, make a few jokes at my expense.
True. Monday, and I don't got to do anything. Nice, Mark. VS Code Streamer. What? Oh, Lua? My Lua. Oh, we didn't short circuit here. Ooh, we've made a mistake, I think, in our interpreter thus far. I didn't think about this. I didn't think about it. I have a question. I saw you keyboard when you in Prime Visitor Shop. Which one do you have? I've got this keyboard. Alert activated. What up, CDC? I'm doing great. Dahlia, what about you? What about you? I don't usually stream from a laptop. I've got a System 76 desktop at home PC, I think. Setup, specs. I can never remember which one it is. Computer. Nice, there we go. That's the one. That's the one. I knew it, computer. That makes sense, because it's a computer. Okay, so for and, I didn't even think about this. We have to do this here. Match left with when not is truthy value. Boolean false. Otherwise, shouldn't this be a T? This is first expert. Oh, I see. First expert. Yeah, we don't have to do this then. Okay, nice. No laptop? Not the laptop that's in your YouTube channel? What? When did I have it in my YouTube channel? I have a System 76 Lemur Pro. I use it sometimes, yeah. But like my main streaming thing is not that. I have a Thelia Mira that I like a lot. I don't really get the big win for having a laptop being your thing that you use 95% of the time at your desk. It's not. I don't really like it very much. For Weiru, good to see you. Phasor, good to see you as well. Oh, right. This doesn't work. This doesn't work at all, actually. We can't do this for bool bin op. That's just not right. We need to do eval and just as its own function, I think. We gotta undo all these here. I forgot. That makes more sense. So for stream, you just use one computer coding and stream. I have one computer. I have a separate laptop that's doing the actual stream. Like I have a separate PC that's doing the streaming part itself, but like I just use one computer for coding, like as my daily driver. Yeah. It's buttery smooth. Interesting. Interesting. What are we interpreting today? So I was thinking about taking some stuff from this test suite, which is nice. I'm assuming that it's fine. I'm not gonna do anything with them. So there's a bunch of OpenResty tests here, and I might try and make sure that mine works for these tests as well, because it seems kind of fun. Just like there's just a ton of like Lua tests to make sure your Lua does good. So I'm thinking about just trying to do the same thing. So if we go, I think did I do an ACK one? So I was thinking about just yoinking some of these, and then whoops, because we have.
I did go in a date with THG Mom. It was fun.
Nice. README MD test suite, and we can just do this here and say it. A lot of all of the tests in this folder come from. So just so that they get the proper attribution. So then if we go back to here. So here we're gonna have a problem because this doesn't work yet. Oh dang, Sardo, hey, thank you. Use Western, is it good? It's a good choice. Have you tested ZellaJ? I haven't tried ZellaJ yet. Just brought some RP 2040 MCUs. Skin better. Oh, very cool. Nice. It's gonna hate me with this theme song. It's gonna hate me with these theme songs. I doubt it, but I do have to work a little on my 2 API client today. Oh, nice. Very cool. All right, so I already know what the problem is here. It's because I didn't do the right thing in eval here. We should just change this to eval and left, right. And we haven't made this function yet, so we'll just go ahead and do left, right. Oh, we probably also need an env here. Oh, interesting. I guess because we know each of these are... How did we do this before? Oh, the env gets captured. That's why. Okay, that's fine. So what we want to do here is we want to let left first expert here match left with value when is truthy value. Then we're going to go eval and right. Let right is this first expert here in Boolean maybe it's easier to understand the other way, though. Maybe it's easier when I say this. I forget the command issue is test arg1 2. I forget the command. Wait, what are you saying, Sammy? Might need to swap left and right for Australian users because they're upside down. That's a good point. Maybe we should find some other ordinal direction for these, west and east. Okay, so what I thought would happen here is when we evaluate left here, we should be getting that this is falsy, and then we should sort of read my previous message. How far back, Sammy? What? Where? Hi, Teach. I forget. The command I issue is test arg1, arg2. I still don't know what you're saying. Oh, Lua Malua. What up, Jersey? Good to see ya. Okay. So let me see. Local function. Oh, we haven't done. Oh, right. We haven't done local function yet either. Is Lua your favorite lang? No. But it is a beautiful language. Message. I don't have a message before that, Sammy. I read and I went and looked in all of your logs. Just send the message again instead of asking me to go scroll up and find your message. Okay. Read my message after this one. Unlikely. It must be getting blocked or something, Sammy, because there's nothing here. There's literally nothing here. Like, I'll show you. I'll show you right now. Hello? Okay. So we need to do a new statement. We need a new local function. Local name. Okay, here it is. All right. If you don't mind, I has bug when I create this command vim API create user command task function ops nargs this. I expect it to be. That's because you said you spelled fargs wrong in your message. Read closely again, and you can see why I was getting auto filtered. Yeah, when you put question mark, it puts all of them, I think, as one list of things. Sussy link? No, it's not a sussy link. It's just a paste link. It's just because he spelled a word wrong, and it's definitely an auto filtered word. Do you read YouTube? I sure do, cool nerd. Although generally speaking, I usually watch YouTube. I don't read it. Oh, now we got him, boys. Now we got him. Started coding the OCaml exorcism track yesterday. Oh, interesting, Chris. Thoughts? Nah, the chat. I know. Cool nerd. Obviously, it was a joke. Obviously, it was a joke. Beautiful. I saw the misspell. Yeah, Sammy, that's why it was getting... Once I understood the syntax, I started liking it. Now we're talking, Chris. Now we're talking. Good day. Good day, Matij. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Okay, so I'm pretty sure for this, we need to put a new name in for the name of the function. Because you can call your own name here, but I'm pretty sure this isn't right. Name is local function. What did I call it? Local name. Okay. Why don't we just unpack this here instead? Local name, function parameters, and function block. the value is actually this function itself, which we haven't made yet. No return actually is what we need to do. That's how we make a new function. Oh, we add this to the parent environment actually. Oh, that makes sense actually. Yeah, we actually need to do this here. We need to make this function value and then add it to the parent. Yeah, okay, so, okay. To do, add this to the parent. Okay. Most difficult thing was to understand PPX LWTs. Yeah. Yeah, well, what's nice for is in the in OCaml 5, I think LWT is going to be a little bit less maybe common. We'll see. I think maybe more people are going to use effects. We'll see. As I had to hit the FN key to type tilde. 600 keyboard should be banned. You're right, Mustard Frog. You're right. Those should be banned. But we'll see. I think with effects, I'm quite interested to see what the OCaml landscape looks like in, you know, a few years, let's say. I don't know how fast it'll change, but it makes me pretty excited. I can promise you that. That joke is great, though. That joke is great. LWTT is a great joke. Okay, so what do we need to do here? We need to create a new env, and then we need to make a function. We need to make a function and add that, right? So we can say basically like local func is going to be some new function. Yeah. Right. We have values function. Is it not, or value dot function? Oh, it's value function, right? Which should have a Lua function t. Where did we make our UF thing here? This probably should just move to its own module. U is util, something like this.
Developers.
I'm just gonna call it utils ml, and we'll change that later. Open. Yeah, let's go back to eval here. U.f and the imp function, which will take some args here. It's gonna be what? 8 months. What's up, real? Writing Lua interpreter in OCaml. Yep. Thanks. I had to set an args. Yeah. Do we have a command list to find out more about what he's doing? Yeah. So commands edit today. Working on adding a test suite from, I think it's from OpenResty, for a Lua implementation that we have made in OCaml, my camel. Yo, Gosuto, thank you. 2-month streak. Let's go. Camel Jam indeed. Camel Jam indeed. For right now, let's just return nothing. And we need to add this to the parent environment. I don't even know if we need to do this. I think we can just go here, and then we can say this is value. And let's just go here and go value. Does it not know unbound? Oh, right, this is utils. Unbound variable here will go like this. Right, and we didn't use function parameters or function block, right? So let's just go for right now. Okay, nice. So now we fail here in line 29. Eval statement 135. 135. Do I have an assert false here somewhere? Oh, it doesn't return anything. Right. So what did we put in our ACK function here? We should be doing something like this. This doesn't return anything. Okay. Once the time I dreamed a dream, and now it's like in the previous dream of my dream. Oh no. Starship Zero. Hey, thanks. Welcome to the chat. Did you end up liking Ash enough to use it for the startup? Yep. Yeah, we're using it. I'm at least gonna give it a good go for like a month or two. And it seems like the value add is big enough for me that I would use it. My impression so far is I feel like I feel pretty confident about using it for myself. I don't know if I had like 5 other devs if I would want to use it or not yet. That's kind of I'm still sort of evaluating that part. Does that make sense? All right, so let's try this. Let's go to local function. And for right now, let's just have it return like assertion failed. I think it's just, I think we need some other, I think maybe it's also time that we need to do something besides just letting our OCaml stack trace pop up.
Seize mics and get satisfaction. I hear you saying, man, that's so meta.
Classic self-employed person working on a holiday. True. We're gonna do fun stuff later today. Going over to a friend's house, swimming in the lake, s'mores, hot dogs, watermelon eating contest, which will be pretty fun. Because I've been getting made fun of because I've said, basically, I think you can eat unlimited watermelon. That's my current hypothesis, because I can eat one piece of watermelon, I don't feel more full. I eat another piece of watermelon, I don't feel any more full. Anytime I eat one more piece of watermelon, I don't feel any more full than the last one. That's proof by induction. Right? So like, I feel like at that point I can eat unlimited watermelon. So we're gonna do a who can eat the most watermelon in 5 minutes. Even if you feel full, just keep going. So time to prove it. Exactly. That's the plan. Should I stick to Phoenix before even exploring Ash? Yeah, I would try just using Phoenix for a little bit at least. I did like a small project in it. Get math on, loser. Exactly. Like, the watermelon limit does not exist. That is what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. So we're gonna find out tonight how much watermelon I can eat in 5 minutes. I'm about to get smoked by some, you know, like somebody else, I'm sure. We'll see what happens, but get math on, loser. True. All right, so failure, assertion failed. Where is this? This happens on eval 135. How am I getting to this part? I don't get where I am here. Ignore func impl args. Where do I have my assert false that's actually getting called here? We should really just be doing we need to go through here for each of these, and instead of writing assert false, we need to write something smarter than this. Why is this not? All right, let's try this again. Okay. Because what we really need to do here is we need to change each of these to be like fail with, cannot read file. That seems good. Fail with unknown mode. Thank you. Okay, print value. Yeah. Invalid printable value, something like this. That's at least lets us know here. Oh, this should actually just be like this. We should just be doing toString just takes the first thing and prints it. So that's fine. Oops. Actually, I think probably what that should do is just do... What should that do instead? Instead of doing this, it should just print... Yeah, like this. That seems good. Table I pairs. Okay, so this should be fail with expected table. We'll say I pairs. We'll fix some of these later to be a little bit might. Whoops. What about English? What? Like storm and oh yeah, John. I do need English. Let's go. 12 months. You've just unlocked a new sub-tier. Oof, my stomach hurts. I guess I can't eat infinite watermelons. Yeah. How did I start with OCaml? Someone at my previous job liked OCaml that I really respected a lot, and they said, oh, it's a cool language, blah, blah, blah. And so then I tried it out during Advent of Code, and then I really liked it. So then, yeah, I kept on trying it. Fail with expected 3 value. We'll figure out expected 3 values. So we'll figure out some of these later. Whoops. Does it actually? Oh dang. Would have been cool if it had a suggestion for that. Unknown experts match. Okay. Expected value to variable for function call result. Okay. Insert false. Where are we here? What is this? For range. Got it. Okay, we'll just do something. We'll just do... Okay, so now we should have gotten much better results here. Assert. Oh, this one is probably what's failing here, right? Assertion failed. Okay, great. Great. Is there any way for me to get the expression? It would be so cool to embed the expression inside of here, but I don't think I can. That's a shame. Is OCaml for backend? It can be for lots of different things. I just really want to learn functional programming, so I'm deciding between F#, Gleam, OCaml. Yeah, I think each of them has their own sort of things that you could try. I mean, a lot of people like F#. If you're just looking to learn functional programming, Gleam seems pretty good. Yeah. How similar are F# and OCaml? F# literally copied OCaml for a bunch of its stuff. Now they've diverged a bit more, but they're pretty close in a lot of ways. Like I could probably be productive in F# like within 5 days, would be my guess. Now maybe there's like some libraries and some other stuff that I wouldn't know, but I promised myself no more Microsoft products. It's a good promise. It's a good promise. I have no way right now to track like where I am. That part seems bad. Like, cause I don't know what, oh, right. I know why it's failing. It's because in ACK here, we're supposed to be returning numbers and we're not doing that. Okay. Well, that makes sense. That's not going to work. Let's go back to eval. And let's go to local function here. All right. So now we need to do something like GitLab it is then. Well, no more. Maybe like you can continue using the ones that you're currently using, right? Don't I have like bind names or something like this? How did I do this last time? I thought I made something for like, for a list of names. I probably don't need this anymore. This expect test can be gone. Where did we do that? Eval for names. No, it's not that. Eval function call set names. Right. So first thing we need to do is we need to call set names. Is that harpoon? How you navigate so quickly? If yes, how do I set it up? I do have harpoon, but I also, this is like telescope. This part's just telescope, so I know it's an eval. So I just type eval and press enter. Set names and so this should really be local and in let func env is environment create this, and we can say func env, and we need to set these to this, so we can say args and args. So now we've set the names, and now we want to do eval block. Yep, and that should take some func env and function block. Result or nil. That should be fine, yeah. Oh, let's go, chat. Control O, Control I, true. Also great. Have Xbox, but I promise no more. That's funny, real. You are one of the maintainers of Kickstart. Yeah, although I would say Fio has done like a lot more work lately than I have, so I don't want to unduly claim any credit. Sweet, so ACK worked. That means our assertions all passed for ACK, which is not surprising because this should definitely work. Like, we should definitely have a bunch of these working, no problems. But that's what's pretty cool, is we can just do this, and we can say ACK, no tail. I don't know. We'll try. ACK, no tail.lua. Also worked. Great. Alias Alec. Do local t here, local x for I equals 100, local v equals I, t1 equals v. Oh, this one looks interesting. Oh, this one definitely won't work because we don't have meta tables yet. We don't have meta tables yet. So this one won't work completely, but we can copy some of this and we can try it. Oops. Alias, no, oh, whoops, alias. Alec.lua. We'll try this, and then we have meta tables. These we have to comment out for now because we don't know how to do that. The other ones, possibly. Length mismatch in zip. Okay, so we must have... we haven't done this yet, I don't think. Can you guys please add a cheat sheet for all the keybinds for beginner users? That would be insanely useful. Like for NeoVim or for Kickstart? For Kickstart, you're saying? There, you can just read it. Yeah, like custom key maps or basic key maps. Are you doing exercise? Oh, dang, thank you. I didn't exercise today, but I've been walking stuff a lot with the kiddos and everything. How far along are you in the Lua interpreter implementation? Pretty far. We're testing against other Lua tests, so we'll see. Watching you just popped out of Twitch chat. Have never thought of this before. Smart, Chris. I used Windows for so long, yet that notification scared me. I thought my computer was shutting down. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. Okay, so I think the problem is happening here. Let's go length mismatch. Oh, we're doing zip exception here. That's because we're doing this. We probably should switch this to set names. Set names and name experts, right? What is this actually? Value t list. Okay, so we need to map all of these with eval expert. Got it. Got it. Okay, well that makes sense. We probably don't I guess we do still need to, like if you have Lua Let's run a real. Well, we'll just leave it for now. It's fine. It's hard to read for beginners. What I'm saying, especially keybinds of plugins installed. Yeah, but the point is like, you are you. So I'm still not sure. The custom ones you're saying? Only custom or the built-in ones? Because I'm not sure which part you're talking about. Set names. Name should be a var list, but this should be a name list. Both. Well, tutor gives you the one you're looking for a bunch of tutor. Pravan, what happened? What happened? Nice. Thanks for breaking it, Pravan. Okay, I don't know what went wrong. No, you're okay, M&A. It's I'm just trying to figure out. So feature. If you go to like Kickstart, right? Like it tells you what you need to do at the start, right? Which is like, hey, you need to know how to do these. You need to go and run tutor. That gives you basically all of the basic ones to get started, right? And then after that, my suggestion is you just like, if you can't figure out what these do, then you need to go back and read what's going on here. Like that's kind of the point of Kickstart. You know what I'm saying? Like the point is that you need to be able to understand all the things in your config, not lean on a cheat sheet to tell you what's going on for some of these. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's kind of like the point. You can also do telescope key maps and stuff. That part's true, Chris. But I'm saying like the point of it is that you're able to understand top to bottom everything that's in there. And if you don't, then you need to go back to the top, get the stuff that you need, and then be able to do it, right? Because if you never do that, if you never take, I just don't think. Then like, is it really that fun to even use NeoVim? I don't know. You can not sound stupid as long as I'm in chat. True. Real is the protector of the Twitch chat. Right. So my suggestion is just like actually learn it instead of blindly like copy paste or look at some other external source related to this, right? Just like, I just thought that if I do it by practicing stuff while coding, it would be better to learn. That's true. But I'm saying like you can practice coding by understanding your config. Most of them, after you learn like a few of the words and you read through a little bit of the help, it'll be like, oh, I get exactly what's happening with set key map. Oh, I get exactly what's happening. It's like, you'll get, it'll just sort of like, it shouldn't take super, super long to figure some of those out. Okay. So instead of doing zip exception, yeah. So that's sort of what I'm saying. Like it's going to appear daunting at first, but zip with remainder. So we really want to change this to be this. So then we need to do let values is list map expert here. Yep. And then can we do set names and names values like this? It doesn't like this. This is a var list, which is a list of expressions. Oh, because var list, a binding could be something like, oh, it could be like, oh, we haven't done something where you can set the value on the left-hand side of being like x1 or something like this. We haven't actually done that yet. Oh, tricky. We haven't done this. So here's the problem right now that we've got, chat. Named expert, something like this. We'll go here and I'll show you. So right now we handle something like this, but what we don't handle is something like this. Local T is this, T1 equals 5. I don't think this is working yet. Because we're not handling this yet. Yeah, that doesn't work. So this is the problem that we have. We're handling T equals 10 or T is something with X equals true, but we're not updating our tables anywhere yet. Look on in, keep it coming. Hey, thanks, Christopher. Appreciate it. Appreciate the nice messages, chat. Always. It's very much appreciated. Okay, so that's what we need to fix. That's what we need to fix there. So let's go ahead and go back to, that should be too hard though, right? Yeah, so it won't be crazy hard because we need to just change this to be something like, instead of bind names, we should probably do, if we have something like this. So name here is going to be some expression. We could possibly have a table. And then in this case, we need to do, is this what we do? I don't think we have a like set method on this. Find I to sequence. No, so we don't have any like val set t nothing. It doesn't set anything. So that's what we need to add. We need to add a way to do that. So we go let set oh, whoops. No, this should be here. This should be value t, and then this should be, whoops. We could even say like key. Or I think you just say key value t, and then key value t. Lua interpreter go brrr, t key value t. All right, we'll just go key and we'll go value equals, and then right now we could just do this. Named arguments. So this will just do nothing basically. That's fine. It just does literally nothing. Lua table set, and then we can go key and value like this. This needs to be not a name, but it needs to get ooh, so what do we do for this? Because it's like, okay, so this part's kind of tricky. First, open a Lua file in my config. What's number display of Lua before loading workspace mean? I'm not sure. So the problem is here, our names are some expression, but they can be expressions for bindings. So this just doesn't even work. We definitely need to do this. We definitely need to get values. I have to remember how a few of these things happen. What up, Shrimp? But this is okay. So for right now, let's go here. We don't actually want to zip list zip. What was the other one that we had? Zip with remainder. Right. We can do this. We can go remainder is either string list or this. Okay, right. Okay, so the other thing we should do, let's just eval binding and names expers. Okay, this is just easier. And eval binding and names expers is this, and here and then we'll do no return. That's fine. So we'll sort this. Oh, Janetta, how was closure today? No raid notification. No, I don't have one, but we should add one. We should add one in the system we've been building. That would be smarter. He just looks like he's in the zone. Oh, we're in the zone. So right now we're building a Lua interpreter in OCaml. And some of you might be asking why. To which my answer is, why not? Just chatting with Emacs open. Life could be worse, but not by much. Just kidding. We actually like Emacs here. We like Emacs here. It's VS that we're against, okay? We do. If NeoVim didn't exist, there's a pretty good chance I'd be on the Emacs train, chat. I've said it many times before. Yeah. Can you run NeoVim in Emacs? Probably. Why not? Well, I don't know if you guys have seen this. There's this thing called VS NeoVim. This one. It would be funny to do this same thing for Emacs, where this is actually like NeoVim is actually running and provides all of the Vim integration features, which is pretty cool. Oh, they certainly are on the triple E train. That is for sure. I can't wait to be on my Microsoft OS with my Microsoft editor, deploying to my Microsoft cloud using my Microsoft LSP with my Microsoft tooling on the remote development machine that I'm paying to Microsoft per the hour, with my Microsoft AI, with my Microsoft AI integration, with, of course, my Microsoft approved Copilot snapping pictures of my PC. Oh, don't forget, I'm going to write it all in my Microsoft language. So we can do all of it. We'll just, it's so good. This is my job. No, that's what I was saying. The Microsoft snapshotting everything that I was doing. I'm a C# dev. How many pairs of khakis do you own? That's funny. Yeah, that's basically, like, I don't really care if you use VS, you know what I mean? Like, people should use what's gonna make them no love for F#. I actually think it's okay. You should probably use like what's gonna get you paid and etc. Like I don't have any hate for people using it, but like we should stop pretending that it's open source. So that's why we bleep it, because VS is lying to you, right? Visual Studio Enterprise not lying to you, doesn't pretend to be open source, right? You know, doesn't pretend. JetBrains doesn't pretend. VS pretends. It doesn't pretend, it's a liar. Right? So that's why we bleep it. Emacs good? Emacs good. Emacs good. Oh, 7 to how much progress? We have an interpreter that's working for a lot of stuff. We're exploring how to do it. So anyways. So that's why we joke about it. The absolute worst part of C# is the one LSP is horrendous. Yeah. Just wait till NeoVim's biggest sponsor becomes Microsoft. Let's go. Wait, why is it pretending? Or someone linked to the article. Here's a really simple one. So VS Code sort of invented LSP, which of course I'm thankful that LSP exists. But then you have to ask yourself, if we go to Pylance here, a performant feature-rich language server for Python in VS, and then we go ahead and check out ye olde license here. You may install and use any number of copies of the software only with Microsoft Visual Studio, Visual Studio for Mac, Visual Studio Code, Azure DevOps, Team Foundation Server, and successor Microsoft products and services. This is just the simplest one, right? This is just like this. This is just the simplest one, right? There's other examples of this where I think they're performing the same moves. So if you truly loved open source, if VS was truly a platform that you made to give out and show the love of open source, then why would the creator of the protocol create an LSP for one of the most popular languages on earth and then make it so that you can't run it anywhere, even in other free editors? I get why maybe you would restrict it so that, you know, JetBrains couldn't run it or something like that. That's fair enough on my side. I get it. You spent the money and the work. You don't want anybody to run it, right? But you can't run it in NeoVim? Really? You can't run it in Emacs? Really? It's illegal, TOS, right? So that's why I'm saying they're lying to you. It doesn't matter, though, if there exists a better LSP, right? You understand what I'm saying, right? Like, that's where I'm saying they're lying. There's a multiple source project better than CMake? Can NeoVim manage multiple source project? I don't know what you're asking, Ninja Master. So that's why we bleep it. Pylance is pretty epic despite being so, yeah. You can use CMake as your text editor. That's why I was confused. I actually prefer SQL for managing a multi-source project. VS itself is open source though, right? Sure, but does anyone just use VS Code? No extensions? No extension marketplace? I think the editor by itself is pretty bad. Right? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I prefer Squeal. That's an epic emote, by the way. Nahan, awesome. Anything other than JavaScript, you get no LSP. Yeah. Using contribute to Damon, by the way. Nice. Very cool. Just don't want to put the effort on. That's fine. That's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming any like regular people for using VS Code. You know what I'm saying? Right? It's What's up, Nichidori? It's more just like, we can at least sort of, doesn't mean I can't poke fun at it, and through satire, hopefully make some people think about what's going on, right? I use Nano. That makes sense. Normal text code, it says some cool life stuff, notebooks, markdown. Yeah. Weird way to say sweat. That's funny, Chris. So anyways, that's why. You got any book recommendation? Level Up by Engineering game? Not really. I just recommend building stuff usually. I use Wine, Notepad exe. Now we're talking. Yeah, I mean I like JetBrains stuff. I think JetBrains is very cool. Like I said, they're not pretending, right? They're just like, we're going to sell you a product that we think is good, and you're going to pay for the product. And if you like that, then you can keep doing it. If you don't, then you don't. That seems good. Emotional doing OCaml 9 problem list? It's tough. Oh, interesting, Chango. Yeah. So anyways, that's fine. I used to use engine route. It doesn't work that well. Yeah. I mean, I think JetBrains is doing pretty good in the Java space. I think I go to JetBrains now for C# stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't OCaml interpreted in Lua. When? That part does seem a little bit tougher. That seems a little bit tougher. This one is kind of working. Just small language training files. Yeah. It's like a little tougher. Yeah, like a little tougher. Considering I don't even know all the features of OCaml yet, I think it'd be a little bit tougher. How'd you find Ash or no conclusions yet? I think it's very cool. I'm going to be using it for a while before I have any final conclusions. My main thought thus far is I think for like a solo project, I think it's going to be really nice. I don't know what I think about it if I had, say, like 10 or 15 devs using it. I find that for a lot of sort of like projects that do a lot for you, it's like nice if you have a small group of people doing things or just yourself, because then you don't have to write everything. Time to write the type system. Interpreted with the Lua interpreter and OCaml, of course. That would be so slow. Oh my goodness. We're already very slow compared to real Lua, so that would be bad. It takes too much time to start programming because it's too hard for me to set up, config, everything. That's okay. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If it's not fun or not what you like doing, then just like sweet, then you just go for it, you know? Just use something else. That's great. I did some VHDL in college, yeah. It's been a long time, but I made a Chutes and Ladder game, which was fun. Still using vanilla Vim. Let's go! Make NVim simpler. It doesn't really work like that. VHDL, I thought Verilog is more used in the US than VHDL the rest of the world. I don't know. You can try Vim with Vim Bootstrap to get a head start. Or Kickstart or something is good. It can be nice and helpful. Okay, so let's try this. What we actually want to do is we want to do like matched and remainder. Or we'll say zipped. Remainder. Names and expers. I think we actually want to do this though, and we get values here first. And we say values here. What if you created your own ID? It doesn't really sound that much fun. Take NVim, make it simpler. Yeah. Maybe we make a GUI for NeoVim plugins. What do you mean? For NeoVim plugins. So this should be a list with expressions and values. We can probably also go let names. Let's just go ahead and go let list map names. No. We'll also do first exper and here. So now we should have value and value list. Okay, that's good. So we do this, and now we should have zipped. So now we should have sort of like LHS and RHS, right? Both of these have already been evaluated. So I think we evaluate probably, it shouldn't matter the order of these because It's fine. Why all these new editors like Z aren't, etc. aren't using variant Vim under the hood and S keybinds for normal people? The main reason is it's, if you want to deeply integrate Vim like into your editor, sometimes that's more work than just like building a Vim mode, right? So I think Z has a lot of novel concepts, like about how they're sharing buffers between you know, like remote workspaces and using ropes and CRDT and all this other crazy stuff. So again, it might not make sense to use Vim under the hood, right? LFS, RFS, that's funny. So I've talked to the people on Zed. So there's some problems there. Now, if on the other hand, if you're just doing something that's just sort of like locally only stuff, right? Well, then I kind of feel like, okay, maybe embedding NeoVim would actually be better for you, right? But if you're trying to do something novel with the actual like editor itself, it seems harder. Okay, so now we've got this. We can do match left-hand side with a name. Can't this be value T? We can have number string. Oh, right. How are we going to do that? Maybe we don't eval them right away. We don't want to eval them right away. That's not what we want to do. We want to go names here, and now we have a left-hand side. If we have a name, what else can it be? It's an expression. So we can have a name, or we can have an index, I think, basically. I think those are the only two, right? Prefix expression. Oh, it's all the prefix expressions. Of course, I forgot. I wonder if we should separate that into a separate type. So basically, these are the prefix expressions that we can have, I'm pretty sure, right? So if we go back to our parser and we go to prefix X, right? And we do something like bind. A binding is var list equals xlist, right? So we have a var list. A var list is, what did we say var was? Var is a name, or if it's a prefix expression with this, or it's this. Yeah, so this is what we want, basically. We can have a name like this, or we can have an index of this, or we can have a dot of this. Great. I wonder if we should make this a separate type. It'd be a lot easier to pattern match in our, in here, because this should not, it can't be any expression. Oh, what's up, buddy? Oh, thanks. Thanks, sweetheart. Love you. People changing editors usually are new to programming, so not use Vim motions for a while. Like Dr. Rigger, if you use Vim, can be my fault. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I had a different sort of experience too. Like the reason I started using NeoVim, which was basically like my first real editor that I used, was I found out you could write code easily to change what was happening in the editor, and that like always appealed to me. So then I just started that, like, I didn't really know anything about, I was still like a really crappy coder back then. I was still learning lots of things about code, but that aspect is what like convinced me that I wanted to do it. If that makes sense. The Vim motions were kind of secondary. All this seems harder than SQL. Well, I don't really think of it as configuration, right? Like for those, it was customization. All right, so home row, no mouse development. Yeah, that makes sense too. I'm kind of thinking we should take this and change this to be, I'm going to just do this. Even though this seems kind of like a bad idea. We're going to break a ton of things, I'm sure. But that's okay. That's not right. That's not right. This isn't really prefix expression. Whoops. This is var of I don't think I can say var. Is that a type? Maybe it is a type. It's not. Oh yeah, val is the one we can't use. Right, because let var, we have a name, or we have an indexing, or we have dots. And this can only be var expr, and this can only be, maybe I should just make this prefix expression and prefix expression. Wait, can I really do... Can I do this? I never even tried this. I never even tried this before. It must work though. Oh, dang. Okay, well, we definitely haven't handled this. I don't think I've ever even done it as like a... Okay, cool. Cool. I think it might be worth keeping these. When we say Lua interpreter, you mean a compiler for this language? No, I mean it will interpret Lua. Master Gordon, yeah, I have. I don't know that that's really going to happen. You know what I mean? I don't know that that's actually going to happen. But it would be kind of cool if it did. Okay, so we need to go back to here, and we need to say, and prefix expr is, so then what is this? Prefix exp here. Let's go down to here. So that can be var of var. I think this will still work. It's just still the same expression. Oh, but I guess it could be function call. So we have prefix call of function call. That's not really right either, though. I don't think. And then we basically have parent of expr, something like this. Oh, do we already have a type for this? Oh, that's pretty cool. Nice. Maybe that will work. What percentage would you say of chat versus code on an average stream? What do you mean? Would you say 2 chat versus code? Just like what the percentage of what I should be doing? Or you're, I don't know. I guess I'm not sure exactly what you mean, Nahan. Oh boy, monads are implementable. Malua streamer. What up, Roasted? VJ. Mean yapping versus coding ratio? Completely depends. I mean, for example, look at the prime.
If Dylan Mulroy loves it, I probably won't love it, but I love Dylan.
I haven't. I turned it off right now. It's just not connected. Well, I add static types to Lua. Wasn't really on my plan. You got to find out what works for you, Nan. There's a huge range of stuff. You know, you can't just do what I do. You got to do what you do. I don't do the same thing as what Prime does or what, you know, like Louis does or etc. Right? Thanks for the attention. It's a good point. Good point, Disguised. I do have a lot of Django projects that I owe all of you. All right, academic papers. Not sure if that'll apply. That one might be a little bit tougher. It's like he has 2 brains. I don't know about that. Maybe inverse of 2. Throwing it out there. Throwing it out there. Half brain. Oh, man. I just can't help myself, chat, sometimes. You guys should not be letting me stream and talk. Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So prefix expression should really be prefix expr. Expr of var. Maybe something like this. And then this should probably be prefix expr prefix call. And then delimited of this should probably be prefix expr parens. Okay, that's great. Oops. Okay, so then when we're here and we go to var, we should have, where else do I have name? Do I have no more names? Beautiful. This one should be index of prefix expr, and this one should be good. Okay, nice. Where else do we have prefix exp here? Function call. So, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We've scuffed it. Let me finish eating this and then we'll try and figure it out and see if we can solve this back. But it's overclocked. That could be true. I'll explain what's going on, John, after I finish eating. Or we can do it while we're eating. So basically right now, this file here isn't true OCaml. It's called Menhir, M-E-N-H-I-R. And it's in some ways like a parser generator library. But basically we can declare a bunch of different kinds of tokens and other stuff like this we're going to do. And we can write rules about how we're going to parse this. So this is not real OCaml. So this right here, this is not how you'd normally, you can't write regular OCaml like this. There's some shorthands for writing the rules. Basically, this says capture whatever over here and then pass it to the function at the end or the binding or whatever. Do you think this is the end? Okay. Well, you're currently asking it questions. So it seems like there's some part for you in the mix. It's either a function or a construction. Or sorry, a constructor. Constructor in this case would be like a variant like this. So we can find binding. So binding says, hey, I take a var list and an expression list, right? So sure enough, var list and expression list, and we pass those as a tuple to here, and then that gets built. Once I get this Neuralink check, I'm no need for GPT. Would not recommend, chat. It seems to me just a bad idea. When we start to type expert. Try speaking like an enterprise executive, it will not go that well. Okay, so let's go back to where we have all these prefix X. So we have, what is this X prefix here? We need to go prefix expert. Prefix X. No, those seem good. Prefix X, that one seems good. Where else are we using this? For a function call. Oh, true. So this shouldn't be, this should be a prefix expression here. That actually makes things easier as well. Prefix expert. And this should also be a prefix expert. But expression type var list equals extra list. Type var is not compatible with type expert. Ah, nice. Var list is actually var list. Believe it or not, and var. Imagine that. Constructor prefix expert within type prefix expert. Prefix expert. So the chips are hallucinating. Yeah. I think your brain is better off without having AI injected into it. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. One picture I have books uploaded to friends, so basically like Facebook with real books instead of photos. Serving ads in your dreams seems to be a good business model. I was actually just talking about something I think that's sort of similarly scary with Lane. This one here. So Lane was saying, am I just ignorant or not nearly enough people talking about all the money that there will be / is in getting LLMs to recommend a product service? All the same demand for search engines will exist in Gippities. But my thought is that I think it'll be even worse because the LLM is going to be pitched as unbiased, logical. So the ad is going to be hidden in the training data, right? So the response will just look like, oh, this is just the best option. That's just what the LLM returned to us. And so it's going to be hidden. It's just going to be hidden inside of the response. Oh, weird that ChatGPT always recommends clerk.dev. Nothing, no shade at clerk, you know what I'm saying? But they're just like, it's just like, roll your own auth? No, never. It's dangerous to go alone. You should be using this library. Yeah, C# keeps on being recommended in all of Microsoft's responses. So it's like the worst version of SEO. You know what I'm saying? Because when we train it, it's going to act like this is the truth. The truth. The LLM is a truth-finding machine. Wrong. Oh, no. Okay, I thought you just clipped me and sent that. I thought you just clipped me and sent that, Ryan. Whew, that was fast. Hey, I still want to get invited to the, the clerk conferences, okay? So just hold out on that, would you? Oh, right. I don't want to do this. They're already prefix expressions, I think, right? This expression has type float to float. What? LM's going to run the Ministry of Truth. Then we'll never have to wonder what truth is. Exactly. It's the best language because you can have a project. It never exceeds its bounds. Okay, so let's see here. What do I currently have as... I'm going to delete both of those. We'll add this one. And then let's also go to... Okay, great. Okay, so I don't know why this isn't working. My expectation would have been that delimited expression X should return an expression. So then why would this say parents? Do I not... Where do I have parents here? This is the only mention of parents, right? Okay, that's good. What happens if I comment this line out? Unbound value var. Okay, so I'm not sure why that's happening. Maybe it's from somewhere else. Expression has type float to float. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, sweet. So now we have some stuff that's broken. That's good, because we've changed things. Don't reinvent the wheel. People all show up and say you should own your own auth and users and don't need to use a third-party service. Can't wait till the LLM tells me to do the same, Shirai. I'll just wait until governments who aren't particularly excited about the truth and force their little agendas into the model. But it's literally impossible to not put your own truth into the model. Like, it's literally not possible. Like, I think there exists an objective truth about things, but I'm saying it's impossible for then me not to put that in as an input parameter, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just literally not possible. LLMs aren't truth-seeking machines. They're error-minimizing machines. That's completely the opposite of truth-seeking machines. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I like those things. I don't think I need this right now. I'll just eat that this afternoon. Thanks, honey. Nice. I got some veggies. No matter which way you do it, basically the same amount of work, so just do the way where you own it. Yeah. Where's it saying I've got an error here? Parser ML. Oh, no, but that's inside here. Parser ML, line 128. But I don't have that. Here, we'll go back to eval. Let's see if we can start solving these. Name. There's nothing here, so we need to go prefix expr. Name like this. Right? Is it? Oh, it's var. Then we probably also have call prefix. This has var prefix call and this. Okay, great. Great. That's awesome, actually. Have you seen Prime's chat playing Dune? Oh, are they actually playing?
Place, I must be doing it.
Where is it?
That one.
Liar!
That didn't make my cursor go up. What makes my cursor go up? What makes cursors go up?
They broke it. Classic. Okay. Sweet. So we need to go and we need to say a prefix expression. We need to have and eval prefix and prefix. Which is basically going to be assert false, something like this. We'll just do this for right now. Let's see if we can get our type checker to handle this. Index expression. Index expression should always probably take a prefix expression. Let index is in index should probably have here a prefix, right? Shouldn't this be a prefix expression? Because when I'm thinking of how we do something like, you're a singer, I see. Oh, baby, yeah, this is a singing stream. Of course. It seems kind of obvious. What else would you guys expect? So it's always a var is the thing you can index. Yo, Butch, hey, thanks. Thanks for the gifted sub. Okay. We got a lot of fixing to do then. This is really... We should just do this as var. This should be eval var. Okay, so we should just write this. Problem isn't doing all, but to keep the necessary data safe. Yeah, to be honest, I've never really launched anything, so I think I'm probably the wrong person to answer. And then this is well. Guys, remember when Prime's well broke and that was hilarious joke? I mean, well. Got me every time. What up, Harry? Welcome. Okay, so for a variable, we're gonna do this. An index can also always only return one value. I wonder if then, because of this, we can just do this. You can always have one value only. Eval var. We have to go like this. And then we can go here. Eval index. Should an index always take a prefix expression? No, it should take a variable. So we should probably do let prefix is eval prefix here, and then in this. Okay, and that's good. And then we should also go let prefix is this and go eval dot, which I don't think we have yet. Eval dot and prefix name equals assert false, something like this right now. That's okay. Dune run test w profile debug. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so we have var here, and then these two are actually going to change to be... which one was index and dot? Oh, both of these we don't need. And then we also are going to need to do prefix expr. We have prefix, and we'll just go eval prefix expr here, which we haven't made yet. I think we can just call this eval prefix, right? So now we can go eval prefix here. That just returns one value. Oh, it's so much nicer because those can always only return one thing, which is nice. There's only one slot. As a full-time streamer, do you think you'd sometimes have to do things to please viewers that you'd otherwise not do? Yeah, I mean, like in some cases, yeah, like sometimes I'm nice to people. But I mean, I don't know. In general, so far, I just work on projects that I think people will find interesting that I want to do. And so that's been going okay so far. So we'll see what happens. I mean, any part of work or job, you're going to have to sometimes do stuff that you don't feel like doing. That's just called life, you know? And that's okay. Overall, I really like streaming and I'm having a lot of fun. So we'll just have to, you know, kind of just like, we'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens. Sometimes I'm nice to people. I really don't mind that people ask questions about it. You know what I mean? I don't find anything sort of like, it is kind of like a weird thing, right? To stream. So that part doesn't super bother me. You know what I'm saying? We already have a value. So let's just go table. This should be a Lua table. Value t, table t, 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 t. What doesn't like about this? This expects to have type value t. Index AST expression. Okay, so that part's wrong. Oh, right. That makes sense. We should eval this as well. Yeah, that makes sense. Why does it not like this? I don't understand. How can this be unused? This should be a value, so we match on a number, and then we have Lua table. Oh, something else is just busted, I think, somewhere. Expression is type mlua AST expression, but it was expected prefix expression. What? What? Why? Index. Lua table find. Maybe something scuffed with my Lua table in here? No, that should be good. It should return a list of values though, I feel like. Eval index. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, eval index should only return just a single value. Yeah, you can only have one value get returned from an index. That makes sense. Thank you, type system. You were totally right. Beep-a-beep-beep-a-dee-doop. You were totally right. Type system. Thank you. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-dow. Did you mean values? Okay, so this seems Dune build. Okay, so why is this erroring? The expression has type mlua AST expert but expressing dish. Build bin default parser.ml. Oh wow, thanks. Dang, 3-course meal today, chat. Now we got some pineapple. Can you see it? It looks so disgusting with the filter on here. You can see it's just regular pineapple. Okay, it's just regular. I do. Yeah, guys, what you're working on? Oh yeah, no problem, Butch. We are building an interpreter for Lua in OCaml. Right now what we're doing is I recognized that It would actually be easier if I kept some of these distinctions, like having prefix expressions be their own type of expression, because there's certain slots where they fit in Lua's syntax that says, hey, you can only put a var, a function call, or some parenthesis thing here. So that makes it actually easier to handle the like match cases, basically. So when we go to here and we say, hey, what could be here? Well, a prefix expression, this is the only time we can have this. But sometimes, like for a call function, it's not that any expression could be here, it's that only a prefix expression can go here. This actually simplifies a lot of the work about basically like building up the AST and then evaluating the AST. Does that make sense? There's a way to open terminal using default kickstart config, like with like a floating. You'd have to write a little bit of code to make it a floating window. Holy, both a what? One hand you're right, on the other hand, my contacts was for passing game, mostly reliable from off service. Yeah. There are cases where it may make sense for some, auth stuff. I don't know. I never built anything anyway, so what do I know? Oh, nice. Oh, that would be great. Would it make sense to use treesitter to build an interpreter? You could. I think most of the time it's probably not the best option, though. Okay, so now we are here. We need to figure out what is going wrong, that my parser is generating the wrong type somewhere. When we're in our here and we go to this, AST var. Well, that seems weird. Why would it put a magic there? That's always scary. In parser MLY 324. Prefix expression. X prefix. There's magic in OCaml. Yeah. Yeah, it's a way to just basically do a typecast. Dangerous move, though. Very dangerous move. Okay, so then, but why would this not work? What happens if I remove this? Let's see. Prefix AS. Type MLua AST, but instructional type AST Lua. Can you cast empty function in a function that does everything that you need? You could. It'll just like it'll break. Here you can see it all here, Ben. So then I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, where do I have prefix? This is not the right type here. Prefix expert this. Oops. Shouldn't this work? Or should this be saying like this? But that's not actually, that won't work obviously because like we're not really doing that. This version is type. What did I say? What did I say it should be? If we go back to here and we look for prefix expr, it should be of type prefix expr. Okay, so now I'm just confused mostly. This type has type OCamLua AST expr, but this was expected to have this. Okay, so where are we using prefix exp? We must be doing prefix exp somewhere that is saying it should return an expression or a prefix expression and not this. What if we put this here? What if we move this a little higher? This has type this. Okay, so that's still the same error. X prefix. Prefix expression. In var. var of var. var should have name t, prefix expression, or prefix expression. Those all seem good, right? Prefix x, name. Okay. I don't know why we're getting the wrong type here. Don't know why we're getting the wrong type here. Doop. Because these are all the spots that we're using it, right? These are the only spots we're using it. So then how could we be getting function call, prefix call x? Dune build force or something like that? Do we have like a... All right, let's go through and fix all of our... We'll fix all of the spots that we... Oops. Yeah. I know. Just relax. We'll do the rest later. Compiled or interpreted? Yes. Generally compiled though. It has kind of like a bytecode interpreter thing and some other stuff, but it's not really like you would compile it. What's up, Shrez? Parser ML1. I really don't know how this can how this is doing the wrong thing. var. Do we have two vars? Oh shoot! var of var. Oh right. Okay, so we should call this prefix var. And let's just call each of these prefix. We'll name these here so that we can get this. This should be prefix var, prefix call, and prefix parens. Aha! Aha, I was being dumb and using the wrong names for things. I should have been smarter. Okay, great. Q, would you ever do like a user repo review stream? I don't know, maybe. I just don't know that it would be that fun, really. My cat is in my arms, so no coding for me. Nice, Josh. Hard going between OCaml and Elixir type systems are different? I don't think so. Let's promote these. Prefix export, prefix var, name b. Do we have any other things that are named? Name is still here. All right, because now we're saying basically we have some prefix expression here. It'd be kind of nice if we didn't have to nest these so much. But I think it's fine. Dune promote. We'll promote all of these. Dune run test -w. Okay, so now we need to figure out. We definitely had one that was not good. So let's go back to eval 82. 82. Whoops. Eval 82. They just feel very different, so it's not that big of a deal, I feel like, Ryan. You know what I mean? Plus, I think OCaml's type system is like, for regular stuff, it's just so simple. After you grok it, it's just like everything can only have one value. That's it. You're like, that's pretty much it. Now, when you're doing crazy stuff with some functors and other things like that, it can be kind of complicated. But like generally speaking, for writing like this kind of code, it just feels like, oh, the compiler just tells me where I made my mistakes. It's helpful. All right, so let's do this. Eval prefix. And we want to do prefix is going to be some prefix expression. Match prefix with, and we should have, this is st prefix. Can't I just write this like this and then say destruct? Great. Prefix var. Var, we can go eval var and var. Yep. Eval call, function call. This is going to be some function call here. So this should be and call dot prefix call args. It's not right though. Oh, right. Eval function call. What do we actually have here? Value t list. We'll just do fail with. Yeah, do we have call? Oh, it should be function call. Whoops. Yep, and then parens is just expr. We're just going to eval expr and expr, but this should basically just be first expr. It can only return one thing, I think. Is that true? Scratch returns Lua. Local my func is function and return 1, 2, 3 like this. Print my func. Oh, can you just not even do this? Oh, you can't even do this. That's cheating. Oh, nice. Yeah, you can't do this. This doesn't work. Great. Awesome. That's because that's not a proper spot to put parentheses. Cool. One sec. Okay. No, my little girl was dressed up in a all pink little outfit with pigtails today. First time for pigtails. So she wanted to show dad. All right. I guess it's like used on linear keyboard, Mac keyboard. Switching another split was hard. Yeah. Yep, Ryan, I think that's pretty good analogy. Okay. So we can go back to here, into eval. So where are we? Inside, have to set table values here. We probably have some other assert falses here. Eval dot, yep. So let's fix this. This should be name and value. Eval dot. Name is really a string. Dot should be name t. I wonder if we should just change this. I guess it's fine. So we'll just go eval index, right? Which we have, and we have end, and we have prefix, and we have value dot string of name. Okay, that's cool. Have to set table values here. Have to set table values here. Have to set table values here. All right. Yeah, so we need to update these. Left-hand side is a var. Right. Oh, wonderful. Oh, we can just change this to value. And then just do this as well. Okay. Vim is fun. JS just came from the Vim in 100 seconds. Act tried. It's all right. What? You think life is unfair? It kind of depends what you mean. Define unfair. What up, Ed? Oh no, what did I do? One sec. Oh, I'm just smiling. Okay, that's good. I was worried that I left myself unmuted. I was very worried I left myself unmuted on that one, Chirai. When you said this is how a real dad interacts with his child, I was getting worried. So that's good. I didn't. He's trouble? I don't know. Okay. Maybe I should try it though. Unhandled prefix call. All right, we haven't done this part yet. So this has call and self. Where else do we have call and self? We just haven't done that yet. Call. Right? Isn't it just call? Oh, right, but call has prefix, expert, and item. So right? Whoops. Okay, so then what we want to do is we have some prefix expression here and some list of arguments. So we should be able to do let call is eval this. We'll just call this prefix. And then let's do eval function call with end, prefix, and list map args this. Student's value t list was expected of here. Right, so then we should do result or nil, right? We can just do a list head. And then we also need to do self. We haven't done this one yet, so that's fine. Funct fail with self call not implemented. Great. Ooh, we're getting close now. 4 names, expect 3 values. Nice. How to tell? Yeah. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it. I do love my kiddos. I'm mostly since we can't control a lot of our lives, it's fair someone gets something else, something wanted. Yeah, that part's not fair. Sure. Yeah, that's... But that's like fair from... Well, I don't know. I don't know if we want to get too philosophical about it. The question then would be... The question you should be asking, right, is what do I deserve? That's a separate question than whether things are fair. What's up, Miss Messiah? Oh! Oh, man. Caught it. Nice. Four names, expected 3 values. Okay. Names is a name list, expert list, and block. Val 4 names. Environment create parent iter, state values, match experts with... what do I have then? Value T list. Invalid. Is this even a function? This should be... expected value got function. Oh, I got a function back from this. Interesting. Do I cause fear? Mostly I'm just worried that I did something. You just posted them twice after I did something where I thought there could be done. Is there a game engine in OCaml? Haha. Funny you should ask. There's one that doesn't work. Mine. But I just saw another one. That was pretty interesting, like a 2D one. It seemed cool. How much progress percentage-wise? Pretty hard to say percentage-wise. Pretty hard to say percentage-wise. Sound about right, true. I touched a little bit of closure, not a lot. It would be fun to write some more Babashka. I just haven't had to write any like script things. I don't know what the end goal is. So it's hard to rate how far we are. We have a really good parser. We have a pretty good evaluator for lots of the simple things to parse. And now we're working on handling more complicated cases. But it's kind of like, it's a little bit hard to say. Like a lot of our stuff is working again now. So we can probably do promote and then we'll start running tests again. What we need to figure out then is where were we failing before? We have expert loops. That's where we're at right now. 4 expert loops. So let's check 4 expert. Near, it's so nice. It is so cool. And expect test is also awesome, yeah. Cram tests are also like the interesting, the crazy version too. Okay, so this part seems busted. Where are we losing here? We got our run T4 statements. 4 expert. Okay, so starting expert loops, and we must get to here. So we never get to ending expert loops. So we messed something up with I pairs. So let's go back to our all, and let's go to I pairs. And what are we supposed to be returning here? I pairs iter, table, and number. That's what we should be getting when we call this function. Okay, so let's go back to eval, and we do 4... Wait, this is 4 expert though, right? 4 names. What did I even call... 4 names. Names, experts, blocks. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Good language and tons of cool stuff that's not done and forever in progress. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I have some problems with the GC now. Yeah, that makes sense, D'Artagnan. Okay, that's not fair. That's not fair. Eval. So, okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to get iter state and value from some expression here. We should be evaluating the expression. Eval expert. So maybe we did something wrong here. This should be a call expression with call, eval prefix, eval function call. Yeah, that seems good. 2025 is going to be the year of OCaml. True, true. Do you have Twitch? I do. Tej_DV. Is that Wade as in the person that I know? That's funny. Teach college is dumb, but the semester isn't over yet. How do I cope? Just do it. You paid for it. A great lesson from one of my professors that he talked about was he told us how much each lecture cost, right? Just take your credit hour cost, divide by number of lectures, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, would you skip a $300 concert just because you weren't feeling like it? No. And even if you're not the one directly paying for it, if someone else is paying for you to go there and do it, then you're also not really showing any respect for their money, right? So before the Europeans go, I don't have to pay for it. Someone had to pay for it somewhere. And you're basically showing no respect for them. Okay. So there you go. Because I'm anticipating the Euros in chat coming in and telling me So that would be my suggestion. Okay, so I don't know why this isn't working now all of a sudden though. What's up, Jose? Jose? I'm a Euro. Yeah, Real was ready to drop that on me. I'm already aware. Not of Portuguese pronunciation today. Jose. Jose. It's still not right though. I know I'm not doing it right. 10 degree, but it's hard to take seriously school that has TDD as optional classes and Android Dev is mandatory. Also, my prof's kind of useless. Yeah, but sometimes in life, you're going to have a boss that doesn't really know what they're doing, or you're going to have like a project that doesn't make sense. So it's like, okay, you can just take it as practice for doing things you don't enjoy. That's a good way to succeed. What's up, Nuts? Okay. Maria? Zorbanino. What's up? Okay, so I don't know why we're getting this. I'm so confused. How are we getting here? How are we getting 4 names, expected 3 values? We got function and 3. We just got a function. Think of families rather than life be easier. You remove the pressure for yourself being the best individual move. Families. I'm French, so my taxes pay for the OCaml compiler. Finally, something that we can agree is actually a good way to spend taxes. For the first time ever, Americans and French people agree about spending taxes on something. It's the first time ever. Well, except maybe beating the British. That would be the only other time, maybe. Oh, man. Program fun. I don't know why this isn't working. I'm just saying, chat. Exactly. That's a handshake emote if we ever saw one. Okay. What is going wrong with iPairs? We're not getting to anything here. We don't even get this value for IV in iPairs. We must be doing something wrong. So let's go back to our parser here. Go to iPairs. Zurbino! For range, for names. Name list in XList do end. For names. So we go to here and we say for names of name, T list, expr list, and do block. I don't know much language that good outside of OCaml. Drew Pug Gifties. iPairs, the iPairs only looped consecutive. It should. We're making somewhere along the way right now. We are making an error. I don't know where it is yet, but we're making one. We are making an error here. So let's check this out again. We should have here is the exprs here. Iter say value. We just have one expression. So when we evaluate this expression, we should get back something with an iter and a state and a value. So we hop to eval expression. Have you heard about Rust? This is what I would say if I still believed in Rust. So what we should have here is we should have a function call. We should have a call expression, right? This is going to mess up all my other tests, but shouldn't I get here? Why don't I even see that? Calling function now. Calling function now. Really? We're not getting here. Okay, let's see 4 expert loops here. We have a local binding T is all of this. 4 names IV. We have some prefix. Wait. iPairs T statements. Wait a second. 4 names is a name T list. Oh, I see. Here's our first one. And here's our prefix expression, which should be a prefix call, which should be a call. Oh, prefix expression can return more than one thing. We're just going to discard it some of the time. Aha. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Solved. Fixed. Boom. 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 An eval prefix should return this, but this function call, prefix call, maybe we, oh, no, okay. Okay, I see the problem here. I see the problem. So this unfortunately does still need to be a list of things. And then this needs to be this. Whoops. This should return a value list. This should be eval expr, like this. And then eval prefix, the first time we see it here. I guess we should also just do all right, so let's look for all the places we have eval prefix. This should be like this. That's a shame. That's a shame. It's a shame. Boom. Ba-da-ba-dee-ba-da-ba-da. So when we do eval index, see these though, this is where it's like this shouldn't be right. This should just be like first prefix, and this should be first prefix, and then we should be back closer to the game. Way too many transit desks, feels like tooling can no longer be separated from the language. Yeah, the tooling, yeah, I don't know, that's it. That's interesting. Prefix here, we're also gonna say eval function call. Wherever we had eval function call before, this should be first prefix. List. This should return a value list. This should be the year. But expression was type value t list. No, I don't want it to be that. Let's go! All right, so we should now have sweet run t. But now we can go. Now we can finally fix this, chat. Don't worry, I'm the best of us. Several members say some things were borrow checkers, zero cost abstractions. I still like Rust. It's just I think the suite of problems that it can solve is different, and maybe also I don't know. Like it's just we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. I still like the language a lot, but I'm kind of in my OCaml era right now. Is that just what you can use to explain away anything? Like, I don't have to think about anything. Yeah, it's good until your criteria looks like a forest. Yeah. Using Envim as your multiplexer? Kinda, yeah. Okay. I didn't know we could do that. Oh, yeah, we can. All right, so we should not have any zip exceptions. That's just a bad plan. Local binding here. Not good. I think, though, for this one, can't we just do set names and names expers? Have to set table values here. have to set table values here. What is our left-hand side here? Names. Names is an AST var, which is name or index or dot. Index, prefix index, pumped fail with index, dot. Do 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 do. Failure index. Wonderful. I hate how people are riding the hate Rust train. I don't hate Rust. I like it. I just think it's maybe not. It's not the best solution for every problem, basically. You know. How do you retain knowledge of language syntax? Does it just become muscle mastery? Yeah, you got to build stuff. Okay, so when we have an index, this is a prefix expression and here. So we want to do let prefix is first prefix here, eval index prefix, and then index, right? We know that this is an expression, so we need to do let index is first expert index here. This should be value t. This returns oh. Oh, no, this isn't right. This isn't right. Oh, well, it is. Okay, so we have an index here. So this should give us some value here. So this is like our value. No. We got to do this. Aha. Now we do. We have to match what this actually is. Match prefix with table. Oops. Thumped fail with not a table. Can't set. Ooh, assertion failed. Ooh, okay. Spending most of their time in here making the language simpler. Yeah, I think it seems good. Judged by the language itself. Yeah, I mean, you can't trust the internet to do a good job with things like thinking. Okay, so let's comment out this one. Let's comment out this one. Let's comment out this one. So now we just have the first one. And we fail right away. What do I do this? Then it succeeds. Okay. So this doesn't work. X is 100 and T1 is this. So let's just go print X and print T1. And let's see what it looks like now. Ooh, okay. All right, so that's fine. That's what we have to figure out. Coming from Java, everyone just looks at what's amazing or horrible. Because of the lack of tooling. I think the tooling for OCaml, like, it's a little bit of a learning curve, but I've enjoyed it so far. Most of their opinions are based on how do I feel about myself. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Okay, so T is 1 here. X. Then we go I 1 to 100. Local V is this. And we go T1 is equal to V1 and X is equal to V1. Okay, so this is just, we should get to the end of the loop and then it should say 100 for both of them. That totally makes sense. Oh, but set. Aha. Aha, chat. I wasn't thinking enough. We didn't do. Oh, shoot. It turns out set doesn't do anything. It turns out we forgot to write this part of the problem. Oh. Classic. Classic, chat. An absolute classic. The code recommendation was cheeky to do. Make these actually do something. Oh, I never called it. It was even worse than that. I was calling the function and it did nothing. And it just did nothing. It just did nothing. Yeah. Value T. Why did this not work? Let's set T key value. Oh, right. Oh, let's go, boys. We got it. We just had to actually have it run. What about? No, he's saying that's what Twitter does. Ryan, not necessarily himself. JVM's really something. I didn't die so quickly. That was still incredible. I mean, I think JVM's still pretty popular, guys. I think it's pretty popular. All right, let's see if this works. So I guess this must be working. Okay, cool. We don't have meta table yet, so we don't know how to do that one. Okay, it's working. Oh my goodness. It actually works so good, chat. Ha! 10 trillion toasters run Java. 10 trillion toasters run malware. This one we don't have though yet. We don't have meta tables. So this one we can uncomment, but this one's gonna die. It's gonna say we don't know how to find this. Yeah. So my toaster runs malware. Sure does. Sure does. This one, so I guess we'll come back to this at some point. To do sweet uncomment this block. How do you think they heat up? Dude, you know what? We should have toasters that are just Bitcoin machines. What are we doing? Just like running them, you know, wholesale without getting anything for the heat. Requires C test. We don't have this. We also haven't implemented set yet. Okay, so I'm wondering, should I just copy this file in still? And then we just comment the whole thing out? Seems kind of good. API call Lua. To do sweet uncomment this file. Because that one we just know for sure is not going to work. Toaster.shop, SSH terminal.toastershop.org. Arg check. Ooh, we should do pcall. This would probably be good. We should probably like get to here and then Oh, there's so much in this file that we could do. This one is a good one. Remove my home heating, replace it with T-Coin miners. Now we're talking huge, man. Stablecoin's popularity, at least from what I've seen. Terminal shopping make people be able to use it as a platform to solve the problem. Wait, no, don't do that. What? What are you even saying, Real? Speaking of SH Toaster, wasn't there an old story where System would tell them his office coffee machine to start brewing? That sounds like something that would exist. argcheck.lua. Alright, so we're going to have to start doing errors. Oh no, bad values. Why have you randomly decided to make a Lua interpreter in OCaml? For fun, for learning. That's pretty much it. It's been an enjoyable thing. I like it a lot. Terminal shop where everyone can just sell products like a marketplace. Just realize how a marketplace and a terminal shop might not be a good idea. But just not that good. Plus, that's the opposite of what we want to do. That's the opposite of what we want to do. We want to make a terminal shop for our stuff where you know everything's good on it. So it's kind of like the opposite of what we're looking to do. Okay, great. So this is where we're at right now. Does this really work? Lua equals math.abs negative 1.5. What? Lua, did you guys copy JavaScript on that one? That's not a good idea. Come on. Lua devs looking at JS. Time to take some notes. That can't be a good idea. Lua equals math. You can call math.abs on strings and it will work. I mean, it won't let you just do Lua equals 1.5 plus 1.5. What? I thought it didn't let you do that. Oh no. I've been debated. Oh no. I have to take everything back about what I loved from Lua. What? Since when? Oh no. And I said I love this language. Oh, that hurts so bad. Just found out you can add strings in Lua. How do I... Oh, right. I forgot that someone gave me the... Yeah. I think I'm done. I don't know if I ever want to touch this again. That hurts. That hurts too bad. Yeah. Just watch the next video.